So over the last 2,000 years, one of the biggest challenges of Christianity is the topic of the virgin birth. And today we read in Luke chapter 1 that Mary was visited by an angel and was told that she would conceive a child through the supernatural power of God. That is going to be our topic of discussion today in the Daily Word. So let's get to it. For the Christian, the topic of the virgin birth doesn't have to be any more daunting than any other supernatural conversation we have that God has revealed about himself in the scripture. So for this topic, I want to ask three questions. Number one, is the virgin birth even possible? Is it possible that this could happen? Number two, did it fulfill prophecy? Did this scene that Luke just wrote about, was that a fulfillment of prophecy? And number three, was it necessary? Is the virgin birth even necessary? So let's get into it. Was it possible? Here's what one theologian says. The only reason to doubt the possibility of the miracle itself would be a prior commitment to a philosophical naturalism. That is, the belief that the material world is all that exists and that there is no such thing as God or supernatural intervention. So this one's easy to answer. If you don't believe that there's a God, of course you're going to reject the virgin birth, any concept of virgin birth. It goes against everything that you believe. But if there is a God, and God created everything, the universe, the world we live on, mankind, animals, fish, trees, plants, insects. If God created all of that, would the virgin birth be a challenge for him? No, the virgin birth would not be a challenge for him. Why? Because God can act in a supernatural way. So if you hold to a belief that there is a God, the virgin birth should not be a challenge for you at all. Second question we can ask ourselves is, did this fulfill prophecy? Was this scene that Luke wrote about, did it fulfill prophecy? Well, Isaiah 7, verse 14 says this, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." Emmanuel, for those of you who have been in the faith for a while, you know what that word means. For those new to the faith, Emmanuel just means a very simple reality. It means God with us. 700 years before the birth of Christ, Isaiah the prophet told us exactly how the Messiah was going to come into the world. He was going to come through a virgin, and he was going to be born of a virgin. So yes, question number two, does this fulfill prophecy? Absolutely. Answering the third question, is it necessary? We could talk about several things. So I'm going to hone in on one, and that is the sufficiency of the scripture. Is it necessary that there was a virgin birth? I would say yes, because we need to hold to the sufficiency and the inerrancy of all scripture. So the fact that Isaiah prophesied a virgin birth, the fact that it's in the Gospels that there's virgin birth, the scripture stands on this. Because if this does not stand as true, then what else doesn't stand as true? So the resurrection, the miracles of Christ, everything falls if the scriptures are not true on this. So is the virgin birth necessary? It is, because what it does is it points to the supernatural reality of God and his economy and how he operates. So once again, thank you for joining us here for the Daily Word. I'll see you tomorrow morning.